Greetings. It's actually quite amazing how simple everything is. You are your own cross. What do I mean by that? Well, just look around. Everything's on a sort of, be it a tabletop, a road, whatever. We're not even going to go any further with that one. Line, linear. Here the lie, here that's also near. But it's about ascending, isn't it? Higher consciousness, ascending, higher self. I think the clues are quite obvious there. So you want to be on a vertical polarity, not a linear. Linear is also time, but the magnetic. It's also the electrical of the brain that will work with the magnetic. It's electro-magnetic, basically EM, which is me, reversed. So it's funny when I see things like I'm really anxious about this, or I'm feeling a bit scared about that. Well, stop focusing on it. Because all you're doing is you're implanting and reinforcing that feeling inside yourself, which will actually start to affect your health in a negative way. So, big clue there. If it's affecting you in a negative way, what is the opposite of negative? Is that not switching polarities? There is your pole shift. It goes on within you. So to get this working instead of this, from looking out there, this goes with the external, this goes with the internal. So basically, you still the mind, you still the body. It's so simple and yet it's so hard to do, isn't it? You just got to sit down, close your eyes. To start with, the mind, the conscious mind will chatter away. It will probably replay a shopping trip or whatever you've done that day. If it's been an argument, no doubt you'll replay over and over again. I should have said that. No, if I was there in that, I'd say this, and they shouldn't have said that, and just keep playing it and over and on a replay. You're bringing the past into the present. It's going beyond that. It's stilling that. So what happens after that? That's when, shall we say, the magic happens. You, shall we say, see things with your mind's eye. Things that are very much like everything, even presented in this reality. Where does birth start? Where does creation start? It's inside the womb in a woman, therefore it is in the unseen. Even in a physical play out, it is being shown to you right there. So it is, as I said before, keep that runway clear, keep that pathway clear, to allow that flow. You just switch off from everything external. You go in to yourself. Start with, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes a day. Just make it as part of something you do during the day. Maybe do an exchange. This age of Aquarius is all about reciprocal, so maybe exchange where you would have a cigarette or a cup of coffee and opt for doing a bit of meditation instead. Rearrange your day, take control of your time. Organise your day to suit you as best you can. It's all about weaving around these obstacles, making it as easy for yourself as possible. Highlight of the day, for example, was these beautiful yellow tulips. And then there's a lovely sea of dandelions. Now, this comes down to labels again. A dandelion. Well, what is a flower and what is a weed? If it's in flower, surely it's a flower. It's part of the sunflower family. It is essential for bees. It is a nice bright yellow colour, the colour of the sun. It gives off a frequency in that colour which is uplifting, which has got to be better than focusing on external fear stories, I should think. Certainly more beneficial for your health and for your general well-being. So, sort of all I really want to say is just find some time to go in, face yourself. This reality plays tricks. It tricks you into volunteering into things that you don't really want to be volunteered into. Even the conceptual idea of it is all very well and good, but the wisdom will come with the experience, and you're only going to get that through doing meditation, which is stilling the mind and stilling the body, forgetting about everything else out there. Change what you can, forget about what you can't. Don't set yourself impossible skies. Again, Wagner, Valhalla, the castle in the sky. You're not trying that song. I'm asking why. Why do we build castles in the sky? Something that you cannot attain. What you can attain is what you can change. Your internal world. You're remapping your neural pathways. You are creating. Create from imagination, create from feeling, and it will come. Don't hope that it will come, because you'll just get more hope. Go with the law of assumption that you already have it, even though the five senses will tell you you have not. Time is something which is part of this illusory reality. But there is no time, there is only now. You can, through your imagination, through what you can create what comes next, what you would call future, and how you interact on this world stage with that external world. Comes down to that free will again, what you want to create for yourself. But if you're in a negative state and you're feeling negative, what do you think you're going to create? Because it is all magnetic. You can call it frequency, whatever. It's all exactly the same thing. Again, it's man-made labels for exactly the same thing, just different expressions, colours, light, frequency, whatever. It's just the five human senses have a very limited range, and there's so much more that is outside of that detectable range. Can I prove to you that air exists? Can I prove to you that electricity exists? They're there, and you can't see them. There's so much more in the unseen. If you want the answer is to not look for it. I don't think I can find that. That's your subconscious talking to you. I don't think I can find the answer. By not thinking, by not using the conscious mind, I can find the answer. Depends what you hear. You can hear that sentence in either way. Just tune in. Things start to change. The unseen is just beyond anything really that can be even put into words. It's an experience, and everybody who's had it can talk about an experience. But it's like trying to tell. It's like someone who hasn't had depression, trying to say to somebody who's got depression, "Oh, pull yourself together, cheer up." They've got no experience of it, so how can they even advise on it? And it's the same as these visions with the meditation. These experiences are all something known only to one. It's something you personally experience. We can relate and we can share these things, and we'll probably have not identical but similar experiences, but it changes this reality. The more meditation you do, the more that outside world dissolves in its potency. I'm not saying it actually dissolves, it's still there, we're still in it. But the negative aspects of it start to dissolve. Now, wonderful news, it's the giving let's get the channel name right. Giving Voice to the Wisdom of the Ages channel, announced the other day about, I think it's 8 new books, new thought writers. And I think his name's Barry, was saying that at one time 9 out of 10 publishers would all say a resounding no. Now more and more are saying, yeah, read the book on your channel. The truth will out. There is a subconscious benevolence that is coming through. It is going to look the complete opposite from the external. That is the contrast. To find the light, you need the dark. See it for what it is. If you want to see it in a negative aspect, then that is what you're going to see, because that is what you will put out into the field, that is what you will draw back towards you. But if you change it and you put out a positive, you're going to get a positive back. And the difference between the two, you won't want to put a negative out after that, because it changes everything about this reality. It really does. I can't put it into words. I really can't. I'm lost for words to even put this into. I can only skirt around it. But do that meditation. Find that time. Make that time. Still the mind. Because if you don't, it stops that circuit from working. And then you won't know. So, as with everything else, it is all down to you. You can be your best ally or your worst enemy. Only you know you. At the end of the day, we're all personified aspects of one, but we're very individual. So, I hope and wish something of all these different time zones we've got, whatever stage of the day you're at, that it's a wonderful one. And I hope you can tune in and see things from a slightly different angle, slightly different angle. Find the right angel, the right angle, up and to the right, the positive one, the positive. And see it from that perspective. And everything really does change. The whole world does change in every way you want to see it with the mind's eye. Ta-ta for now.